Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm a third year graduate entry medicine student at Swansea University. Today, I want to talk honestly about mental health and well-being during exam periods. Exam season can be really overwhelming. So if you're feeling stressed or anxious right now, that's completely normal, especially when you're juggling placement and assignments and multiple exams and revision all at once, and also trying to enjoy yourself outside of studying. It can be a lot. For me, a lot of exam pressure comes from expectations, and that can be pressure that I put on myself personally, pressure from my course to get the grades that I need, and also pressure from other people and other factors as well. So if you are feeling the pressure, it doesn't mean that you're not coping well or that you're overstressed. It most likely means that you care a lot, which is a good thing. I think this is now my sixth year in uni because I did an undergraduate degree at another uni before. So I've had a lot of exams in my life. So I wanted to share some tips that I've adopted that have helped me get through exam season. For me, the first thing I'll do is break down what needs to be done. I do this by keeping a list. I either use a planner and physically write down the stuff I need to do, or I use Notion and organize myself on my laptop as well, digitally. I think that way, when you know what you need to do, it's less likely that you'll miss out things. And then to manage my workload, I break things down into sizable chunks so that I have goals for that day that are realistic and achievable. It's much more beneficial to create realistic goals for yourself of what revision you can complete in this time period and focus on getting that done bit by bit, step by step. It's important that you plan your revision alongside your actual life and the other commitments that you've got going on. As a medical student, placements can really make revision really hard because you come home and you're exhausted. And I know other students will relate to this, and then you still need to find the energy to try and do some revision. I just say look after yourself and take care of yourself. You can only do what you could do. Pulling all-nighters isn't necessarily going to be the most productive thing, so just prioritize what you can get done, and then on days which are more free, focus on doing some of those harder revision sessions with the harder topics. When you have multiple exams together, perhaps in the same week, day after day, it's really important to focus your time on all of them and not just focus on the first exam and then not spend any time covering the content for the later ones, and vice versa. Break down what you need to cover in time. And also prioritize. Think, what topics do I find hard in my course, which will require me to spend more time so that I can get it right and understand it if it comes up in the exam. In terms of what you're actually doing for your revision, it's not a one size fits all. It's whatever works best for you. I find that active recall is a really good technique to making sure you actually have memorized what you're learning. So that would be, for example, doing flashcards. So you're testing yourself and you're testing, can I actually remember and recall the information that I've just learned, instead of just reading through notes and hoping that it has stuck into your brain. The second thing that I find most important is doing practice questions. And I know some courses will vary with how many questions are available for you to practice with. If there are exam question banks that you can use, then I would find that really helpful, because then you can just practice, kind of build pattern recognition of how the questions are written and how those relate to the correct answers. And it just helps you cover more topics in a shorter amount of time. If you don't have practice questions that you can use, then perhaps you could use something like AI to create questions for you that you can practice with. If you have an essay-based exam, then I used to always write my essay plans out in advance. So I would spend the time trying to think, well, what essay questions might they ask me, and create a plan for that in advance so that if it was to come up in the exam, then I could use it or perhaps tailor it to what they have asked, and do what's best for you. Me personally, I would rather spend the whole day at the library, like 9 a.m. till like 8 p.m, bring food, bring my lunch, bring snacks, spend the whole day there, take breaks. I take lots of breaks regularly, but I will spend a great chunk of time at the library because I just feel like I need to be there to get the stuff done. And that works for me, but that might not work for you. You might prefer to work at home, do an hour, take a break, or you might prefer to work in a coffee shop. Remember that you have your course mates. Perhaps you could revise in a group with them, and that might help you feel more relaxed because people are in the same boat. I know other people might prefer to revise by themselves because actually the pressure of being around people can psych yourself out, and you might become nervous about where you are in your revision as well. So it's either way, depending on what works for you. Find what's best for you, find the space that works for you where you won't be distracted, that you can focus on your revision, and just make sure you look after yourself. Drink water, eat, make sure you go on walks, make sure you go outside, because you're not going to be able to revise effectively if you're not looking after yourself. And that's also your mental well-being as well. If it is becoming too much for you, then the best thing you can do is tell someone. Maybe it's a housemate, maybe it's a friend. Talk to someone else about your concerns. It's likely that they probably have went through the same feelings as you have at some point or another. There's also support available at the university. So Swansea University has really good mental health and well-being support. So it's really important that you don't go through stress and anxiety alone. there is always someone to reach out to at Swansea University. It's really important to rest during the exam season, like actually sleep well, have time away from your computer, have time to actually relax, go to bed at a suitable time, because the revision you do at 1 a.m. in the morning is probably not as effective as a revision you've done at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, after you've slept, had breakfast, had a cup of tea, and prepared yourself to do that revision. So that's just a tip from me. Finally, I just want to end by saying that exams literally aren't everything. Like, trust that you have put in the work, trust that you have done the best you can, and whatever happens is whatever happens. Take it one step at a time, focus on what you need to focus on, be realistic, and be kind to yourself. And yeah, those are my tips for mental well-being during exams. Bye.